When it comes to the Instagram algorithm before 2020 and after 2020, a lot changed. Which raises the question of what is working on Instagram in 2023. Our guy, Adam Mosseri, the CEO of Instagram, posted one of his iconic videos where he was essentially updating us on ranking on Instagram, which ranking is essentially how the algorithm works. So if you're wondering if you should change your strategy for 2023, where you should be focusing your energy on Instagram, and if video is still a non-negotiable in your content strategy, then you are in the right place. In today's episode, I'm going to share my thoughts as a video expert on this entire breakdown from Adam, what my thoughts are, how you can apply it to your strategy, and most importantly, at the end, I'm going to be sharing the top way to grow on Instagram in 2023. Inside my signature program, the Video Content Camp, I share in-depth insights on social media updates just like this one, inside articles and Loom videos inside the community feed. But I'm going to be bringing some of those insights into this video so you can get all the information you need for your Instagram strategy. Okay, first, let's talk about the algorithm, or should I say algorithms. And I want to make it super clear that you should not be fooled by any clickbaity videos that the algorithm has changed, because to be honest, it really hasn't changed a lot since 2020. I actually did a video a while back where I broke down the algorithm, and a lot of the things that I shared in that video actually still stand. But let's just get an overview. There is not one, but multiple algorithms on Instagram for all of the different surfaces of Instagram. In summary, we have stories and the feed, which, keeping in mind the feed can include videos like live replays and reels. These algorithms focus mostly on reaching your internal community, so current followers. And then we have the Reels tab and the Explore page, which is really focused on discovery and recommending you content that it thinks you're going to like. This is why I teach the 3-part follower journey, which I mentioned in the most recent Back to Basics series, specifically in the profile experience episode. But this 3-part follower journey, from taking someone completely new to your audience and turning them into a follower, to then nurturing them and then becoming a part of your community, to then that community member becoming a super warm lead that is interested in buying your offers. It's really important to understand when you're putting together your Instagram strategy, how stories and feed, but also the Reels tab and Explore page kind of serve different parts of that follower journey, or can actually serve multiple parts of the follower journey. I think this is what makes Instagram so unique, especially compared to other big video platforms like TikTok and YouTube. Specifically, the platform like TikTok, it can be a little bit more difficult to nurture your current community, and it is a lot more based on constantly getting new discoveries on your For You page. But with Instagram, it really is more of a community building platform, which is why as a business or a creator, it can be extra helpful for helping you reach your goals. And the most important thing to understand about the algorithm is that it is not out to get you. Instagram wants you to be creating content, and it wants people to be consuming content that they actually like. So both of us are spending more time on their social media apps. So when we understand how the algorithm works, it can actually benefit our strategies. And so now I'm going to talk about how ranking works in just a brief overview, because to be honest, I don't think we should be creating content for the algorithm that is not sustainable and probably would create some pretty bad content that actually isn't going to get you closer to your very specific goal. But there are some important factors to keep in mind when creating content, specifically video content. So there's 3 main categories that I kind of compiled all of the things Adam said in his video into, so you can make it super clear and easy to understand. For the first category, we're talking about views on your video. When someone goes and opens your stories, or someone finishes a reel, which essentially is video retention. This ranking factor is why it is so important that you create really great video content and that you focus on your hook. This should keep new followers binging and current followers coming back and engaging with your content. I have an entire video in the Back to Basics series where I broke down the anatomy of a great video. And it's important to note that Adam kept referring to Reels as entertaining content. But entertaining content doesn't just mean funny or dancing Reels. It's just great content that people are spending time on viewing and coming back to. Okay, the next category is engagement. So these are replies, comments, shares, saves, and likes. Did I say likes? And likes. And essentially, this is the user's history with a certain account. So this is why when you create engaging video content, it is more likely to perform well, not only with your internal community, but also with new followers. Instagram's going to recommend that to new people. And it's also why when someone that's a part of your community starts engaging, like replying on a story or commenting on a reel, they're a lot more likely to see content from you in the future, which means they can become a warm lead and easily convert into your offers and help you reach your goals. And the last category is information about the post or the author. So this is where keywords or hashtags can be really helpful in the content that you're actually creating. But it also comes down to consistently creating content around a handful of topics. These are content pillars, which we've talked about in the Back to Basics series. That's a really great series. You should definitely go binge it if you haven't already. This is why it is so important to post consistently, to post within those content pillars, and why when you are repetitive in your content, it's actually a really good thing because it doesn't keep the algorithm guessing on what you're going to create or why people are on your Instagram page. It's really clear on what topics you're creating so they can recommend it to new people and continue to recommend it to your current community. So let's wrap things up with the question that everyone wanted to know on Adam's video and probably the thing you want to know on this one. And it is, how do I grow on Instagram? Where should I be focusing my energy? And so there are 4 main things that are notable, and they're things that I definitely recommend to my clients. I teach inside my signature program, the Video Content Camp. Growth tip number 1 is to experiment. My interpretation of this is that stop posting the same things you posted years ago. You need to constantly be testing out new pieces of content, whether it's how you're actually creating the video content, whether it's leaning into a new surface of Instagram, or it's how you're creating your ideas and what you're actually creating about. Chances are what you post last year or even the year before that, or definitely 5 years ago on Instagram, no longer works. This doesn't mean you need to reinvent the wheel, but it means that you can't let your strategy get stale. So I encourage you, try one new thing on Instagram. But even in my own strategy, there's a lot of things that when they're working, I will lean into, but I'm constantly looking at how can I improve? How can I test out a new idea? And I'm not letting things get stale. Okay, growth tip number 2 is to look at your insights. This is like a duh kind of moment, but you want to make sure that you're looking at what's working and what isn't, so you can do more of what's working and you can try to tweak and fix and experiment with what isn't working as well. There's so much important information that you can find right on the Instagram insights. The third one, which I honestly find that so many people neglect in their strategy, and it's definitely been a big way I've been able to grow my social media, is with collaboration. And keeping in mind that collaborations can mean so many different things. Yes, it can mean going live with people that are in shoulder industries or your clients. It also could mean creating collaborative reels and feed posts. But it also could mean doing things like podcasts and speaking and partnering with brands. It can mean doing giveaways with other brands. What are brands or other experts that are related to what you do, maybe not exactly what you do, that essentially have similar ideal followers that are in their community that would probably want to be a part of your community? And how can you come together and create an even better content experience and introduce yourself to a new audience? So whether that's collaboration on the app or off the app, this is such a great way to organically grow and actually get people that are probably going to be really, really warm leads for your business. And the last, but personally what I think is the most important way to grow on Instagram in 2023 is original video content. In my content, on my podcast, I cannot shut up about original video content. And it's because I truly think it is the best way to be creating videos, whether it's short or long form, whether it's on Instagram or any other platform. And what I thought was really interesting in this video is obviously Instagram has been pushing trends over the past few years, but Madam said nothing about trends, but he said that they're really looking to push out more content that is original, which means this is going to start to become more and more of a value to your strategy. Inside the video content camp, this is the way I teach my clients how to create video content. So they can lead into their expertise. They can create video content in a way that feels authentic to them. And they're not constantly trying to keep up with the latest and greatest in trends and essentially creating like everyone else is creating. I really hope that you enjoyed this episode where I broke down the algorithm. How does ranking actually work? How you can use the algorithm to benefit your strategy, but also how you can use Instagram to grow in 2023, because I still think Instagram is one of the, if not the best platforms that you can be on as a business or creator, and it is not going anywhere. It is not. It might be a hot mess, but it's not going anywhere. So I hope this episode was really helpful. And if you're looking for more videos to help you with your video strategy and original content, I highly recommend checking these out. I'll see you in the next one.